All right. So, I'm just gonna get into it. And so I first heard about this show
You're
from the
not going to
girl.
say hello, friends?
No, hi friends, whatever. Hello
Yeah,
friends.
hi, friends. We got to start out the same way. Okay, sorry. Anyway, so you first heard of the show.
First heard the show. Well, see, I did my hi friends a couple days ago when I was solo dolo giving the
Oh,
promo to
yeah,
this one.
exactly.
So I already said my highs. They knew I was coming. They knew you were coming. It's fine. It's fine. So I first heard about this show from the girls at work, right? We're having lunch one day and we're just talking about the stupid shit that we watch. And I can't remember who told me about it first, but once one of them chimed up, the other 5,000 chimed in, right? Being The Hunting Wives on Netflix, right?
Yeah.
And so they're kind of telling me some shit, but not giving out anything like major, right? They're just all they kept saying is this shit's crazy. Like you're gonna watch it and you're just like, what the fuck did I just watch, right? Like what did I just see? And I'm just like, are you serious? So then they started talking about how the show is actually filmed here in Charlotte, right?
Was it?
And yeah, well,
I
not
didn't know
like
that.
Charlotte proper, but in like our suburbs, like Norman, Mooresville, like out there, right?
Okay.
And they're like, yeah, they actually shot down, like one of them was like they shot down the street from my house. Another one was like, yeah, my parents' house shows up in one of the scenes, which it does. Like all this crazy shit. So I was like, oh well, it's a local show, shot show. I'll watch it one night, right? So I smoked a little and I turned it on and I was so gone that I only made it through probably the first 10 minutes. And then I was like, what the fuck is this? Now, mind you, I was stoned
Yeah.
out of my mind, but some of the shit, I think, again, yeah, it had to be within the first 10 minutes of the episode. I was just like, what the fuck is going on? And I fell asleep. Didn't even finish
Oh,
it.
yeah.
I gave up because I was like, I can't process this shit right now, like in this
Well,
state of mind.
yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not surprised because even if you weren't high, like when Paul put it on, I think I was on my phone for at least 10, 20 minutes because it was just kind of, it started like slow and it was a little boring. And so I'm not surprised you fell asleep because I had done the same.
Well, you didn't know what was really in the beginning what was going on, right? Because
Yeah.
so the episode starts right, and it's Sophie, right? Sophie and Graham going to the
Yep.
party, right? They're in Texas. They moved down from Boston, right? And all I could think of was like the whole time was like, I feel like I'm Sophie, right? I'm when I moved from the north and came to the south, and me being the liberal person, because I feel like that's the kind of vibe they try to set up her character, right?
Oh,
Is
yeah.
that
She
she
was
was like,
definitely.
the liberal, educated northerner, and now she's in Texas with, our guns and our Republican ways and this, that, and the other. And then when they got to the party, and first I was like, damn, we have houses this big in our suburbs of Charlotte? Like, whew, that's
Oh, because you
crazy.
already knew it was filmed there. I didn't know
Right.
that, so I
And
just
I
assumed
was
it was
like,
Texas.
damn, that's crazy. And so then I watch it, and then when they pull up and they're like, yeah, this is a party for the NRA, I was like,
Oh
oh
yeah, her
my
reaction to
God.
that. I told Paul I was like, I'd have been gone. I was like, I
Right.
cannot sit
I
here and
wouldn't have been
pretend
able to
with
do
these
it. I wouldn't
people.
have been able to do with it. It's horrible
No.
how many like of those things I see around here now. Right. Just, don't
Like
what is it?
NRA parties?
Don't tread on me
Oh
flags and
my God.
everything and
I saw somebody
whatnot.
wearing that on a shirt at breakfast yesterday. Like,
I
are you
believe it.
serious?
I believe it.
And sorry, little detour, but I held the door open for this person because we were walking in together, and they looked me dead in the eye and didn't say one fucking word. And then I held the second door open and they did the same. And I guarantee it's because me and Paul were together and they were like, oh, these gays.
I'm probably holding hands, you little fairies.
We weren't holding hands, but
Don't
I mean, it's obvious, isn't it? But how fucking rude. Sorry. Anyway,
tread
so
on them
yeah,
now.
don't tread on them.
Um, but yeah, then they go to the party, right? And that got me thinking too, is like, I don't think I would go to my spouse's boss's party like that. Like, I
I
just,
wouldn't. No, not even interested. No.
no. No, and I know Farrell's the same. Like, if we ever have a work function type thing where like your spouses can come, he looks at me like dead in the eye and say, "Busy." Like, count me out, right?
Yeah.
I think I've dragged him to maybe one or two, and he was like, "Not, I'm done."
Yeah.
You can tell them I had to work, tell them whatever you need to tell them. I'm not going.
Well, yeah, and that's understandable. I feel like I would hate having to pretend, well, like, not be on my best behavior, because it's not like I'm like a crazy person, but, I feel like you have to watch what you say or how you act or be a certain way. Like, no, that sounds so uncomfortable and like
Right?
miserable. Like, you're used to it. You know these people. You go on, have a good time.
Right.
I'm gonna do something else.
But yeah, and then the whole NRA thing, and then I feel like her husband knew. Like, I feel like deep
He
down,
knew. He just didn't
I
say
know he
anything.
says like, "Oh, I didn't know, honey." I think
Yeah.
he says something like that when they're pulling up to the mansion, right?
Well, he's a piece of shit anyway.
And,
But we'll
that's
get there.
the consensus
Yeah.
with the friend group is that no one likes Graham, and I'm like, I kind of get where he's coming from and his douchiness, but I feel like he does it in like a controlling way instead of a caring way, right? Like I
Yeah.
get why he doesn't want her to drink. I get why he doesn't want her to drive and this, that, and the other, but he does it in a way that's very, what's the word? Misogynistic. Bam! Knew I would get there. But
Yeah.
where he's, he comes off like, I'm the dick in the relationship, therefore you obey me. And I don't think that's how he really is, maybe? I don't know.
mean, I don't know. I don't know if it was like that cut and dry. I think it was just.
You don't think so? Because I feel like so they get to the party, right? And then they're
Yeah.
walking around and they come around with champagne and he was like very quick, one only kind of thing. Like, didn't give her a chance to speak up and say, "Oh no, thank you, I'll take something else." He was very like, boom.
You're not having any.
Right. So I'm saying, like, I don't know if maybe he is just a fucking dickweed at the same time. I don't know. But the general consensus is that he is a dickhole. No,
Oh, yeah, he
no
definitely
one
is.
likes him.
But I don't know if it's because he's the man and he thinks what he says goes. But he was definitely very controlling.
Yeah.
And I mean, when we get to later in the season, I just. Oh,
yeah.
he drove me nuts.
So they go to the party, and I want to know what this man does for work. Jed, right? Jed. That's her name.
Oh,
Jed.
like before
like the
running
boss
for whatever.
is his Graham's boss. Like, what does he do? Because I don't think
hell
they
if
ever
I
get
know.
into that. But I was just like, what
No.
the fuck? But the whole time she was like, when she got there, you could tell she was getting little angsty pants, and I don't know why they made her feel. Made the character when she was cut up just seem like she was like having an anxiety attack. Like, I don't know. That's what kind of kept me going. It's like, I get that they're trying to maybe build a backstory, but it just confused the shit out of me at first. I'm like, what is she panicking for? Why is she just like, when she gets there and then that's when she goes into the bathroom, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I might have missed that part because I don't really remember any of that.
No? Okay, well, yeah. So they get to the party and she's like, you can tell that Sophie's
that's
starting
how
to
she
freak
meets.
out. That's how she meets Marco.
Yeah, okay.
And she
I
goes
do
into the
remember.
bathroom because she's like, need a Zanny, right?
Yeah.
And Margot's out there, tits out, looking for some pads. And I was just like, who is this bitch? Like, I'm
I was
sorry.
instantly in love, though.
I'm sorry. Well, yeah. Margot, spoiler alert, is my favorite character in this whole fucking series.
Oh, no, same.
Favorite character. Like,
Yeah.
Anyways, but like, I'm sorry. If I'm going into someone's house, into the powder room, and someone's in there right now and they just like flash their tits out like that, I would be like, oh shit, I gotta go. I gotta go. I don't know
Well, yeah.
you. I don't know you. I mean, I guess it would be the same thing if it was like another guy and he turned around, took his pants down, his dick's just flopping around. I'd be like, what the fuck? Because it's not like it's a restroom like at a business or a public,
Yeah.
a public one where you're like, you're in a powder room. Like,
And see, like, I actually
I
didn't
don't know
think too
you.
much. It was weird, but I didn't think so, like, foreshadowing for, their relationship later. But I didn't instantly think, like, oh, she's coming on to her just because she was naked.
Oh,
But
I
then when
didn't
you
either.
just said, no, exactly. But then when you just said about if it was a guy, if it was a guy and they just happened to just undress in front of me like that, my first thought would be like, oh, he must be gay. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, because I don't know. That's weird.
Well, I
Maybe
don't
it's a
know
double
the
standard, but
way
I don't feel like guys would just be naked around other guys.
that they like panned to Sophie when she did it too was like she was caught off guard, but at the same
Yeah.
time, it made it seem like she was very like intrigued at the same time. Like, I
She
should
kept
go, but I
looking.
want to stay. Like,
Yeah, like if it had been me, but again, I'm not attracted to females, so I guess I should have saw that. But if it had been me, I'd have instantly looked away and walked out. Like, I gotta go, bye.
right?
And she
Like,
just
oh,
kept
I'm so
looking.
sorry. Didn't you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
I guess I should have seen it right then and there, but I didn't.
oh god, it is
I know.
crazy. And then when she like split the Zanny with her, I was like, oh, yep.
I don't drink, but I'll take pills off a stranger. Okay. I did think that was weird.
No, that was Sophie's pill.
Oh, was it Sophie? Sorry, I'm
Margot
confusing
took
things.
it from a stranger.
Oh shit, yeah, I'm getting things mixed
But,
up. But I
but,
wouldn't have shared.
well, not even that. I'm just like, I wouldn't have. That just brings me back to the cuntiness in Queen Bitch of Margot. Is she just randomly asked some bitch that just walked into the bathroom, saw her tatas and everything. Oh, can I have a Zanny too? Like, I don't know you.
Well,
I don't know
yeah,
you.
but I said this to Paul as well. I was like, why would you be taking your medication in front of her anyway? Because
That's
that's one of the
true.
ones, that people abuse. Because, I was like telling Paul, I'd never do that because then they're going to ask you for one or half or share. And I said, then I'm not sharing my drugs with nobody because they're mine.
I
Like,
don't know. I
I,
was it just caught me. I was like, I'm gonna like this bitch.
yeah,
I'm gonna like
it's very
her.
bold, but it is
Mm-hmm.
her house. So, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I guess,
Well,
what
you
does she have to
don't know
lose?
that. At
Well,
that point
she
in the
didn't.
show, no, you didn't know that as a
No, but
viewer.
Margot knew that that was her house.
Well,
So,
yeah, but like Sophie and us as viewers at that point in the show have no idea who this bitch is. Have
no, but
no
I'm saying
idea.
that might be why she felt comfortable enough to
Oh, you're
ask.
talking about the character.
Yeah,
Oh, well, yeah, no, I don't know about that. Probably.
because I mean, I wouldn't, even if it was my house. I don't think I'd be like, will you share your prescription drugs with me?
Right? And then, so then they get out, right? And that's when the bombshell drops that, well, not bombshell, but everything drops that Margot is the wife of Graham's boss.
Oh yeah, that's when
And,
she finds out.
right. And I was like, oh shit, here we go. My first instinct was not that you share your drugs with the boss's wife, but the fact that they were giving the vibes that your little kitty cat down yonder got a little tickle when you saw her boobies out with the boss's wife. And I was just like, oh shit. Oh shit. Is that what this is gonna be? Hunting wives? Like, this girl's gonna be fucking her husband's boss's wife and this crazy shit. So that's where I thought it was gonna go at first, which it kind of obviously
Well, I mean,
is,
that's kind of
but
right. So you saw it coming, whereas I didn't. I didn't think that was the case at all until it actually like started happening, and then I was like, oh my god, okay, so they're lesbians, which apparently not. So I guess they're both bi.
I don't know.
I mean, it was never clearly stated, was it? But
No,
I was shocked by that.
no.
Which I also think it's a bit weird. Like, okay, yeah, am I meant to believe that was it one, two, three Yeah, there was three of them, wasn't there? That three of these housewives just happened to be into chicks in this. It
You
was
talking about
three,
like,
wasn't it? Ex-girlfriend,
so
Margot,
there was
Sophie.
Margot, Sophie, Callie.
Is her name Callie, the redhead?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
So
And then I
I
don't
mean,
remember the other two. They're not
two.
really pivotal. In the Hunting Wives group, three actually.
I was
There's
talking
8
about
of them
specific.
total, right?
Yeah, I meant the ones that were specifically into women. But no, okay, yeah,
Oh,
the other
yeah,
ones.
yeah, yeah. That was
They,
just.
I mean, as far as we know, they weren't. But I just still think three of them in the same friends group, and they're all into chicks but married to men. That just seems really unrealistic. But I
Who
wouldn't know, would
knows?
I have friends, so I can't go ask anybody. Do
God.
you sleep with women on the side? Is that normal?
But I just, and then didn't they? So she finds out Margot is Graham's
Oh yeah,
boss-in-law. I don't know how, like,
Boston Law.
right? And then, so I feel like Margot used that to her advantage to kind of ensnare Snowfie.
Snowfie.
Brittany
'Cause
Snow
it's Brittany
plays
Snow,
her.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sophie into
I
their
prefer Snowfie.
into their friend group, right? Kind of like,
I mean, she
I'm the
latched
boss's wife,
on
right?
to her.
And that's when she brings everybody else over, Jill and Callie, and I don't think you meet the other two there. That's later.
Oh,
I think
okay.
it's
I
just
don't
Jill
know
and
their names
Callie
anyway.
at first. I don't either. All I know is one was a black girl and one was like a ditzy blonde girl. That's all I remember. I feel like one of them was maybe named Taylor. I could be making that up. I don't know. But anyways, you had Jill, Callie come over, and Jill is the preacher's wife.
Of course she is.
And do you know who that actress is?
No.
Did you watch Scandal?
No.
Fuck you.
Okay.
She was like one of the main characters in Scandal. How did you not
okay.
watch Scandal? That shit is so fucking good.
I don't
The whole
know.
series is on Netflix. Go watch it sometime.
Oh, okay. Well, then that would be the next one, I guess.
It's really good.
I mean, I say that.
But anyways, so Jill, like, when Farrell and I were watching the first episode and Jill was like introduced and she's all talking about Bradley, her son, and he just got accepted into Baylor and he's on a scholarship and this, that, the other. Farrell looked over to me and he's like, is she in love with her son? I was like, one might think.
It's more
right?
common than you think. I mean, I don't know about being in love with your son, but they do. Some like boy moms just go on and on and on about it. It's
I was
scary.
like, oh God. And
She
then,
did give those vibes, though, didn't she?
right. And then, Callie coming over looking like a Butch Dyke in a wig.
I mean, yeah.
I was like, there's no way she ain't scissoring all the time. All the time. Like, she was so,
Yeah.
I don't know. She could jumpstart a car with her hands.
You saw her relationship and the aspects of that later.
Oh, yeah.
And oh my God, that was shocking.
yeah.
But it was like, okay, that makes perfect sense.
Oh, yeah. She just came over and I was like, she's married to the sheriff. That does not surprise me. That does not surprise me. But then, Jill comes over and she's like, oh, where's Brad? We gotta go. and what's her name? Margot is like, oh, he's probably in the house playing with the twins, her stepsons. And I'm just thinking to myself, okay. And she's like, oh, I'll go check. And I'm like, why would you go check? It's not your son. You're not looking for your son. Like, that right there was weird to me. Like, if I was over as a kid, over like somebody's house, like a friend of my family's and whatnot, I was playing, and my parents were looking for me because it was time to go, and they went up to my friend's parents. My friend's parent wouldn't come looking for me. My parents would. Like, I just thought that was weird. I'm like, why is she volunteering to go find this boy? And then fast forward to the next scene with fucking Bradley and Abby. So that's another thing. Who the fuck's Abby? Like, I'm like, who is this random girl? That's another thing. Abby
showed up.
Right. So you got Abby, who doesn't belong to anybody that is at this party that we've been introduced to. And you have Bradley, who is a boy, I mean, the son of one of the friends of the house that you're there, hooking up in a room. Like, two people who don't even reside in this house just... Like, well, that's what I was like, this is weird. Like, what is going on?
See, you caught way more than I did, because at that point, I didn't even think nothing of it, and just thought, oh, God, like, she's just caught them, like, doing the nasty.
Would you have gone over to your friend's house with your girlfriend and fucked around?
Well, no, but it didn't even occur to me that they were at Margot's. But yeah, that makes sense now, that was weird.
And
I just didn't catch it.
And then... the fact that he was like, fuck you, like, you know, so, you know, they're trying to do it, and she's like, but Jesus doesn't want me to. We already did it one time. We can't do it again, blah, 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 blah. And then she starts praying. Did you not see that? Got on her hands and knees, hands to God, and started praying while her man jerks the gurk right in front of her. I was like,
I don't know what those people
what
do.
What the fuck is this? Like, because I'm just thinking to myself, like, it's awkward enough masturbating. Well, the thought of masturbating with someone else next to me.
Just like in front of them.
Right. With them not doing something to participate, right?
Yeah.
Let's throw on an extra layer of awkward, and I'm doing it. While we're over here talking to Jesus.
Yeah.
What? And then during the rewatch... Okay, so I'm getting ahead of myself. So then Margot, because she's like coming to find Bradley because, you know, it's her house apparently, and Jill can't come and find her son, comes in and opens the door. And apparently because Abby is... two hands to God, can't hear a door opening behind her.
Oh my God, I know, right?
She's just really into that prayer. Margot and Bradley lock eyes, and he just keeps winking away. And Margot
that was so weird.
Is just staring at him like a desperate housewife, like, what?
Well, see, I felt like she was staring at him like she was angry.
I couldn't tell.
Yeah,
it was kind of like,
why is she upset?
But then she shuts the door, and I'm like, okay, so is she gonna go tell the mom? Like, what's about to happen? But she didn't shut the door quick enough. It was so awkward. It was like dragged out. Well, yeah, because she was just, I don't know.
It was weird.
And he loved it. it. Not only did he have Mary Margaret Catherine down here praying.
Mary Margaret Catherine.
Margot, MILF of the century, just caught him and locked sultry eyes with him while he was doing it. Like, Bradley was in heaven, I feel like. Because she closes the door, right? And then I feel like does a turnaround and walks in. And everyone's getting dressed, and she's like, "Ooh, Miss Abigail." The nerve, basically. Get the fuck out of the house, right? Shames her, tells her to read. And then Bradley's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, Margot. Mrs. Banks to you." And I'm like, oh, so she was pissed. Got it.
Yeah.
But then she starts walking away, and he's like, "Mrs. Banks." And he's like, you know, putting the rest of his clothes on. And he's like, you know, "I can go around too." And I was like, he just told her he could go around too? The audacity. God, I love it. Because, like, that takes some nerve, man. Like, I couldn't imagine.
Yeah, at that point you think, oh, that takes some nerve. And then as you learn more...
Well, yeah.
You think, oh...
She comes and walks up, and... I thought when the camera panned down onto her hands, I thought she was going to be sticking her hands down his pants and doing something crazy. But when she zipped it up, I was like... Damn, that was a power move. I like her. I like her even more. And
at that point I did. I was like, that at least she's respectable.
Right. And then Bradley just went on his way like nothing ever happened. And I'm just like, what the fuck? That's crazy. Crazy.
I mean, yeah, but it gets crazier, doesn't it? That it wasn't even half of it.
Well, I feel like that was the craziest things from episode was one, wasn't it?
I mean, yeah, no, it was definitely, but it just gets so much weirder and like chaotic.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and then after that all happened, I think that's when they Sophie finally meets all the girls because they were doing something at the lake house, right? Because that's when she meets Jill again, she meets Callie again, and then you bring in, you know, Beach Barbie and what's her name? The black girl. I don't remember her name. I don't remember either her names. But they're all at the lake house for the first time. And then another little nugget, that lake house was actually shot down the street from another one of my friend's house. So I was
Really?
like, yes. I was like, I
Aw.
didn't know these houses existed by us. I live in the
No.
wrong neighborhood apparently.
Like, well, clearly, yeah,
And
same.
um and that's when I got the heavy lesbian vibes from Callie because she just came in like when Sophie came in and she just seemed like a dog that was gonna walk around and piss on Margot like this bitch is mine. Like stay away. I am marking my property.
Yep.
I don't know. It was a crazy episode, the first one, but I fell asleep and I had to rewatch it and I got Farrell into it and now we're rewatching that one.
See, I think it was more for me. It was more the second. I think it was the second episode where I started like actually paying attention. I was like, "Oh my god, like this is insane." That first one, even though like some crazy stuff happened, I was a bit like, I was on like, "This is unbelievable." So it wasn't that interesting to me. But then I think the second one is where it started getting interesting, and I was like, "I need to binge this right now."
Well, yeah, because that's when in the second episode is I think that's when they announce that Jed, Margot's husband, might be running for governor,
Oh yeah,
right? So that puts her into more of a like her double life issue, and I think that's where again I like for Margot deepened a little bit more because that's when you got to see her being the little puppet master in the background, like doing all these different things to get what she wants. And because I want to say that's where Margot started really laying the groundwork to further things with Sophie. Because isn't that when they started doing the driving together and she got Sophie to drink too? Wasn't that episode?
was
Or was that
that
still
one?
episode one? I can't remember.
No, I can't either.
But anyways, right? She just got Margot. I feel like started getting her snares in Sophie deeper because she got her to drink.
Yeah, was that before or after she like kidnapped her on the beach?
That was before.
Getting her to drink was.
Yeah, because
Oh,
I
okay.
want to say she had yeah, because they went to Coyote Joe's, which again is a bar here in Charlotte. It's an actual place.
Is that the name of it there?
Yes.
As well?
Yes.
Oh my god, okay.
So they went there, right? And that's when all of them were drinking, like all the girls and whatnot. They went there. And another thing that I caught it when Farrell and I were doing a rewatch was, did you not notice that Miss Jill brought her high school son, the preacher's son, Bradley, and his friend Jamie, who is sexy as fuck. Oh my god. Into a bar? I didn't notice that the first time around. I'm like, how are these high schoolers in this bar
No.
with all these women? Because that's how Jamie and Sophie meet for the first time. Was at the bar, and he's like, hey, Miss Sophie, can I drive you home? And
Okay,
she's
okay.
like, he's like, well, I'm 18 and blah, blah, blah. I'll treat you right. Or something, like he's laying it on thick. And Sophie's like, back it up. And then Margot comes over and is like, oh, I'll take you home. because Sophie's like, oh, I gotta get an Uber. And she's like, oh, I'll take you home. And then Callie's little comes out. And she's like, but Margot, you're supposed to be taking me home. Bitch, Jill's taking you home now. You're yesterday's news, right? Like, and that's when Callie started getting upset with everything going on. And that's when I was like, oh, they gotta be fucking. They gotta be fucking.
Oh, yeah. At that point, it was like there's obviously something going on with these two because she was clearly jealous.
Right. But
she must know the signs because Margot probably did the same thing to her.
Oh, probably.
Back. Well, I don't know because I could totally see Callie being the one pursuing Margot. I mean, we don't know. We don't know how they got there.
Oh, yeah, I don't know how that goes.
It could have gone either way. Yeah, but she was clearly upset.
But that's when they started driving in that like old Chevy, Ford, whatever it was. And they go to the parking lot. Well, they get chased by that one-eyed guy.
Oh, God.
And then,
yes.
And then Margot's like, it's okay, sweetie. It's okay. She starts and slams on the brakes, takes her gun out of her purse, and the guy, like, passes her and takes off, right? And then she's like, I need a cigarette. And they go to some parking lot and just start smoking like she couldn't smoke while she drove. And that's when Sophie's like, oh, I would miss driving or something along that lines. And she's like, oh, honey, I could teach you how to drive a stick. Oh, I'm not supposed to. And then I noticed this the second time I watched it. I didn't notice it the first time. Margot gets a flask and hands her the flask and tells Sophie to take something, like a sip, before they start. She teaches Sophie how to drive the stick shift. I didn't peep that. So that's the first time she started drinking, like she dabbed her toe back in the water.
Oh, okay.
And then they did the whole, stick shift and did the donuts in the yard, and then...
Oh, yeah.
Or not the yard, the parking lot. Then Margot ends up taking her home. And I think... I feel like... Maybe that wasn't the episode, but I feel like she she tells Graham she had a great time and he was all happy that she's like in the inner circle or making friends or some shit, and he was all happy as pie that they were out. And
yeah, that was about to change.
Well, yeah. And that's when I think that's also the next episode is when she started, or the next, I'm not even going by episode anymore. The big plot point for me is I feel like that's when they went to church for the first time after this.
Okay, yeah.
And that's where they introduce the Reverend, or whatever the hell his name is, Pastor, Reverend, preacher, I don't care. And then they had like the little breakaway, and then you learn a little bit more about Abby's backstory, right? So you had Abby there, and she's been with Bradley and all this and wants that, but then they introduce her mom, Star, who is the bigger lady from This Is Us, or That Was Us, or whatever. I was like, I like her. But anyways, and how they kind of set up to where Abby and her mom are like from the wrong side of the tracks, and they bring in Pastor Pete, right? The youth group leader.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh.
Mm-hmm.
And then, side note, the whole time I was looking at him, I was convinced he was one of the Sprouse twins. The Cole and the one sweet, like, yeah, I was he looked like, did you ever watch Sabrina on Netflix?
The original or the new one?
The live action one, I don't know. The live action Sabrina on Netflix.
No, it's the Chilling Adventures of...
Yeah. Because
love that
one
show.
of the Sprouse twins plays Jughead. And when Pastor Pete's wearing like a hat like that, I swear they look similar. But it's not. Obviously, I looked it up.
Yeah.
But another
I didn't
thing,
see that.
That actor actually died before the show came out.
The one that played the pastor?
Mm-hmm. He had like cancer. And like this, I think the show was released posthumously. Is that how that
Don't you
word
think
is?
they should have put something then?
They do in one of the episodes.
Oh my God,
You'll
do they
see
really?
it. Yes. In one of the episodes at the end, it's like in memory of or something
Usually
like
when
that.
I see those, the first thing I do is Google who it is because I'm like, oh, they must have been associated with the show.
Obviously,
So
you
I
don't
must not
watch
have
the
noticed.
credits.
Well, no, by then, my medications wore off and my focus is not very good.
But
So,
yeah,
no.
so they go to the big mega church where I'm like, we have like 5 of those around here in Charlotte. Anyways, the big, like, in my opinion, scam churches. And that's when, you see Jamie has interest in Abby as well. Did you get that? Like, pick up on that at that point?
Oh.
When they were all in, like, the youth group and you had Brad and Jamie and Abby and Pastor Pete and the girl who got knocked up at 12. And
No,
then,
I don't remember any of that, to be honest.
wow.
I'm sorry.
I'm
I was
sitting here
probably
like,
distracted at that
I'm
point.
sitting here like dissecting these as I watch it, apparently. And, or that it's just all my snaps, I'm just investigating all the time.
Yeah, looking for clues.
Mm-hmm. But, I was like, so Jamie has some things for Abby. Abby doesn't like him. She wants Bradley, the star and the famous preacher's son, right? And so after church, and that's when they pan to the boys' car wash where the little high school boys with abs are washing your car, and Jamie comes up to Graham and Sophie's car. No, you don't remember? Oh my god!
No.
And Jamie's like, "Oh, I can wash this car for you, sir." And Jamie and Sophie already met the night before at Coyote Joe's, and Jamie came on to her, and he's like, "I'm 18, man, blah, 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 blah." And she's like, oh shit, this is the boy that came on to me last night at Coyote Joe's. And Graham's none the wiser of any of this ever happening, and he's like, "Oh, it's a BMW, make sure you take good." And Jamie's like, "Oh, I'll take good care of your gal, sir." Meaning to the car to Graham, but that was some shade being thrown, or I'm gonna fuck your wife at some point. Like,
yeah,
I was like, oh my god.
Well, see, even me not remembering that scene of them meeting at the bar, even when he said that, I was like, he's clearly not talking about the car. So you think her husband would have been like, get the fuck out of here.
He was completely oblivious to everything.
Oh, yeah,
I feel like. But I was just like, oh, that was so smooth. Oh, if I was Sophie, Sophie, I would have been like, oh, panties off. Panties off. You can have it now, Jamie. Like, I was like, oh my god. But like, then after that, what happened? I can't even remember.
I mean, who knows?
I think that's when they go and have their girls' day and they go shooting, right?
Okay, so that's when I started paying attention again. Yeah.
And that's when Callie got a little pissed because Margot showed Sophie how to shoot for the first time. Was getting a little too comfortable, right?
Yeah, the whole like, let me show you how to do this.
Right,
like,
right.
Everybody knows that.
And Callie's probably was over there like pissed. But I think that's also when we found out that Callie and her husband, the sheriff, have a very interesting marriage. Like, I can't tell if they're both each other's beards, or
we didn't. That was after the hunting trip, wasn't it?
I don't know, but I'm just going to that dynamic to begin with, because as I was rewatching it, there was some episode where they walk into the sheriff's office, and one of the deputies, not the older one, but like the younger looking one, was like really close over the sheriff, hovering, and Callie walks in and he stands up real quick. So I don't know if that's something I just didn't pick up the first time, where they're like, maybe sheriff is gay with some of his boys, Callie's a lesbian with Margot, and they're each other's beards.
Okay, I did not even pick up on that at the sheriff's
I don't
station.
know. That might have been just something sense. I like. But yeah, so obviously, with that, well, after the whole hunting thing, and Sophie got her gun and
Yeah.
some camo and whatnot, and she doesn't tell Graham.
Oh my god, I know. You're gonna buy a firearm.
She brought
and
the
not tell
gun
your husband.
home, didn't even tell him. When they started like, oh my, she's like, I'm gonna go show you what I got today. And she goes, I was like, oh shit, she gonna show him?
Yeah.
What? She brings out that camo. I was like, what the fuck? Not only you fucking drinking and driving again, but you bought a gun. And you telling Graham, shit, you ain't coming home anymore. Like, shit.
Yeah. I couldn't believe that. Because you think she would have at least told him about the gun.
Right.
I mean, he probably would have been happy. Well, maybe not. I don't know. But he seems to be a bit more of that Republican lifestyle than she is. So I was shocked that she didn't tell him.
I don't know, man. And then that kind of leads to, back to when they actually do go hunting the next day. But before that, I think that night is because earlier that day is when they went target practice with the clay things, the pole.
Oh, yeah.
And that's when they go buy the gun. So at that point, Callie's done seeing some shit, right? She's wants to go pee on her territory because she's getting a little antsy pants, right? And that's when that night they show Sheriff Jim Bob, I don't know his name, I can't remember, but the sheriff's sleeping and Callie takes his badge off the side table and then gets her laptop and goes on, logs on the sheriff data. You don't remember that? She logs onto the law enforcement website using her husband's credentials and was trying to do a background check on Sophie to dig up some dirt.
Okay. So is that how she got the information?
Yeah. So she does all that, right? And it came up, Sophie's records came up sealed.
Oh, yeah.
And so she couldn't get in. She was pissed. Well, I think she said something to her man because that's when she goes into the his office. And that's that scene I'm referring to where the other deputy gets up real fast when she walks in. That's when he's like, I got something for you, honey. And he got the records unsealed from Sophie's. And that's how she learns that, she got some shit in her closet, right? And that's...
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so she's
I think she makes such a big deal about it.
She's got her... Oh, I know. When they build up this is juicy,
yeah,
this says juicy, and I'm just like, oh shit, what did she do? What did she fucking do?
Yeah.
And then fast forward, they go hunting, right? P.S. couldn't watch that scene. I know it's a fake animal, but I couldn't watch it.
I looked away too. Yeah,
I was like, what the fuck? I hate it. I hate it. P.S. Did you know there's a website for that? Did I ever tell you about that? It's called doesthedogdie.com. And it's basically a website for people who don't want to see animals hurt or killed on TV. Or you can search a specific movie and it'll say whether or not an animal dies in it.
Oh my god. How did I not know that exists?
It's called doesthedogdie.com. Yeah.
Okay. I'll have to remember that.
Random. But anyways,
hate it
thought about me when, even with, like I said, these hogs that are clearly fake, right? And then when Callie took her gun because she couldn't go, Sophie didn't kill the hog instantly, and she went, wow. I was like, oh, there's that lesbian. There's that, that fucking crazy coming out.
Way as well. We thought when they were going hunting, me and Paul were like, oh, is it going to be like, what was it, Dick Cheney moment?
Accidentally
shoot Sophie.
Well, which is true, because I think by this point in the series, they have all those cutscenes of a blonde girl running in the woods.
Oh my
right?
god, yeah.
So for like the longest time, Farrell even told me, he's like, that's Sophie, isn't it? And I just, because I already knew, I was like, I don't know.
Well, me and Paul were kind of like, that doesn't look like Sophie, and she wouldn't be wearing that anyway.
Plus, it was night, so I knew it wasn't.
Yeah, so we never thought it was her.
But yeah.
But yeah, I definitely thought that
I was like,
be an accident in the woods.
Right. And then that's when they go back in, and then they play the Never Have I Ever.
I have something to say about this game because
The fact that it was like 50-year-old women playing it, and that's
no,
weird.
that doesn't even bother me. But I don't know if I just played this game wrong or if I had the wrong idea about this game. But if you are the one to say "Never have I ever," is the example you say, is it not supposed to be something you've done before?
No, you're supposed to say something that you haven't done. Hence, never have I ever. Never have I ever fucked a girl.
See, that's boring. I thought it was supposed to be like, then we know you've done it. You take a sip, and then we find out who else has done it.
No, you're supposed to find out. You're supposed to get people to, like, confess things, right? Like, if we were in a group of gays, all of us playing, and I said, never have I ever fucked a girl, and you have, but none of us known that before, that'd be some crazy. That'd be like some tea.
That's just okay. That's so random, though. You could literally say anything. Then I just thought you were supposed to throw out.
Well,
something
you're supposed to throw something out that you haven't done.
Oh, okay.
Hence the name. Never have I ever.
I get it. That's why you don't take a drink. But I thought when it was your turn, you would give something away about yourself.
Oh, I don't know.
Maybe, obviously I'm just misunderstanding. But so when she said that about murdering somebody, I thought, my immediate thought was, wait, you have?
Right, yeah, no.
But obviously she was just trying to call out.
Didn't know the rules of the game. Yes.
Well,
she was being a shady lady. And that shit backfired real quick. And that's when I find out that the whole juicy backstory was fucking lukewarm at best, right?
Yeah. I expected she like cold-blooded killed somebody.
Right. No, I was drunk and I hit a pedestrian. What?
Yeah.
What?
That's it?
Exactly. Like, I'm not saying that that's not bad, right?
No,
obviously.
It is, but just the way they built up to this.
Right. The way they made it seem like I thought it was going to be some crazy shit, like she killed a previous husband or,
Well, yeah, exactly.
Something. But
that would be juicy.
I had a little bit too much to drink and I hit a pedestrian and they died.
Yeah, there was a car accident and yeah.
Right. And then the way that she framed it, Callie, never have I ever killed someone. Like, and then they all make it look like, again, Sophie took a fucking machete and slit somebody's throat. You know what I mean? Like, oh no, I just had a little bit too many mimosas. Like, I don't, and that Margot, that was the best fucking piece. She just fucking saw Callie for what she was, a vindictive lesbian cunt, and called her ass out for it. I loved it. I
mean, how did nobody else feel that same way? I felt like the rest of the crew only turned after Margot spoke up.
Oh,
but if it had been me, I would have immediately been like, well, clearly you knew this about her because you were staring at her when you said it.
Right.
You have dug into, I'd have just been, even if I wasn't Margot, I'd have been like, this is just
Well, isn't it Margot? Didn't Margot actually say that too? She was like, how many other people have you done background checks? Like, which one of us have you gone in? Because I think she put 2 and 2 together that she used her husband's resources.
But I'm just shocked it took Margot to say something. Like, did the other girls or women not think, this is
not.
weird?
You got fucking Jill, who's, holy
roller.
roller.
Yeah, she was probably too busy fantasizing about her son.
Yeah. And then the other 2 who just seemed ditzy and ditzy 1 and 2.
Whose names we still don't know.
Right. So, no, I think they absolutely take all their cues from what Margot does.
Yeah. And maybe that's how things work in groups like that. But for me, as soon as she did that.
Well, yeah, you had Margot, HBIC. Callie was like her lieutenant, second in charge. And then the other were like.
I mean,
her little minglings.
References mean nothing to me, but okay. Yeah, I'm assuming that's the rank.
But I'm just saying.
But I'd have been out of there as one of the guests. I'd have been like, well, this is just weird. Like, we're done. I'm not talking to you anymore.
But I want to say the next one, or the next like big thing for me in the show that kind of like threw me off was, and again, we're 50 minutes deep into this podcast, and I know I'm going left and right here and center on episodes. I really don't give a fuck. I really don't give a fuck. So if I'm out of order, it's fine.
I know, but we've not even gotten to the best part.
But no, so the next thing that like fucked me up, right, is when Sophie, I almost said Jill, but it's not. Sophie decided to be, you know, she's got all this empowerment now, and she went and did the grocery shopping, right? And then the one-eyed man follows her, and she's like, oh, you're an opposition research guy for the Democrats, blah, 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 blah. And she goes and tries to warn Margot. And then she goes to the lake house, and Margot's getting her snatch eaten by Brad. And they just stare at each other, like how Margot and Brad stared at each other. Sophie and Margot did that. I'm like, this is it. When are we going to hear the backstory that Sophie maybe... I was expecting she killed her lesbian lover. Like, I don't know, right? And she like, and Margot again just stared at her in that sultry look, and
that was insane though. Like that, when that happened, that blew my mind. It's the way she shut him down before. No way did I expect that they were doing it.
Oh yeah.
Plus, we already knew she was like sleeping with, or had slept with Callie by this point, didn't we? So we knew she had a husband and lesbian tendencies.
But we also, at this point too, found out that her and Jed had an arrangement. Like they have a, they could both fuck women. Margot just couldn't fuck other guys, and that's why her and Bradley were such a absolutely no one could find out about this kind of thing, because that would have fucked Margot's house of cards up with her husband, right?
So wait, because I'm confused by this rule as well, but maybe you'll remember more than I will, probably. So they sleep with women together, Margot and Jed,
and separately,
and she can sleep with women separately, so he can as well. How would you ever agree to that? Like,
do you not remember when she came home from Coyote Joe's and she's like, "Oh, I'm tired, baby."
Oh,
and
there was
he was in the hot tub with two other girls.
Yeah, okay.
And she's like,
why would you ever
have fun, girls, or something like that? Yeah, that's...
Yeah, no.
Well, that was, I think, Jed's way of having control over her, you know? Kind of
clearly.
Thing. I'm your only dick, but you're not my only twat. Like, I don't...
I mean, he must have had a pretty good one for her to agree to that, because...
Or he had a nice checkbook.
Well, I mean, maybe, but I don't care how much money you have. No way am I agreeing that you're the only one. You know what I mean?
Not all of us out here are moral.
I mean, I guess not, but I'm just saying to give up, decent... yeah, for money. But I guess she is more into women anyway, I think.
Oh, yeah.
I think Brad was just like a kind of control thing. I think she did it because she could. And then she like had something over him. Although she never used it.
After Sophie found this out, she tried ghosting Margot.
Oh my god, yeah.
Because Margot kept like hitting her up and whatnot. And that's when she just pulled up on the lake and swooped Sophie up. Because where was Sophie going to go? She couldn't avoid her now. She's just pulling up. You know what I mean?
And again, the husband thinks nothing of this.
Go have fun, sweetie.
Clearly sought her out, got on a jet ski, went to that beach she's at, and kidnapped her. If I was the husband, I'd be like, this is like odd behavior, because she was like texting her secretly as well, wasn't she? Oh, it's just Margot. It's just Margot. And then she shows up. Me as you know, her partner, I'd have been like, this is fucking weird. This is a bit beyond friends. I mean, would you not think like that?
Probably.
Like,
I don't know if Graham. I don't know
weird.
Does Graham know at this point that Sophie has those tendencies? I can't remember.
I don't think he did, but I don't know if a woman was that obsessed with, because we're gay, obviously. So my husband, and you know, you'd think you wouldn't automatically assume that there's something going on, but the way she kept pursuing her, and then showing up to their like beach day to kidnap her. If that, I'd be like, this is a little odd.
Yep.
Tendencies or not, you know, no history. I'd be like, oh, maybe switch teams.
And I think that's when at that point, I can't remember. I think I went too far ahead in my recollection. Is that when Holy shit. I just completely blanked.
Okay.
Holy fuck. That's not when all the shit goes down, is it? On that same day? It is. I had to put two and two together.
Wait. Oh, it is because the other time.
That's when
when she was
all the shit hits
yeah.
the fan is that night. Like everything else in the show. Mm-hmm.
Wasn't there some shit though when they confronted her about killing somebody? Never have I ever. And she kicked everybody out. And Sophie had already texted Graham to say, I'm leaving now, didn't she?
Mm-hmm.
But then ended up staying hours.
Yes.
So that was the first. That's right. So that was the first time she ghosted her own husband.
Yeah.
And which I still think is weird because if that had been me and Paul said he was on his way home and then he wasn't, I didn't see him and he didn't reply to me or answer my phone calls, I would have gone to Margot's, the last place I knew she was at, and are you okay?
Right.
But he's just like, I'm sure she's fine. She told me she was on her way home. Haven't spoken to her, in 6-7 hours, but I'm sure she's fine.
Well, but I think the next one, when the lake one is when she. But why did they? Something happened that I can't fucking remember. For Margot to bring the boys over. Remember, she's like, I got a surprise.
Yeah.
But what happened that she was trying to lift Sophie's spirits up? I feel like something happened.
Was that not? I think we've jumped out of order. Was that not the same night as they had yeah, it was. No, it was. They had the girls over and they played Never Have I Ever.
Uh-huh.
Callie, or whatever her name is, obviously bombarded Sophie with that question. She kicks them out. That's the same night. That's when she invites the boys over. So that must have happened after the lake. When she kidnaps her on the lake, that's when they have sex. Then, or they were going to, or something, and they get interrupted because her friends come over, don't they? And they're like, what are you girls doing? Or da-da-da-da-da. So kidnapping her in the lake was before the Never Have I Ever game.
No.
Yes, because Never Have I Ever is the night everything goes down.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. It has to be.
I don't think we're remembering this right.
I think we are because she texted her husband, I'm leaving now. But obviously Margot kicks the rest of the women out because she wants to hang out with Sophie anyway. They start drinking. And I don't know, do they do coke? And then she invites the boys over. I can't remember. But it's all the same night. Because I told you, I said, well, I think Jill took her gun when they were playing that game because that's when Jill left. And then that night, Abby dies.
Are you sure?
I mean, as sure as I can be.
Oh,
but I'm
God.
sure that was the same day everything went down. And then she comes in like the next morning, doesn't she? Hungover. And then Graham's like, well, what the hell happened? You were drinking, weren't you? You're hungover.
No, that's when she discovered when she comes home from the lake house with Jamie, spin the bottle. You talking about that? That's when she finds out her gun's missing.
Yeah, that's when the murder took place.
Yeah, it took place that night because she was passed out on the dock. That's another thing. She woke up on the dock by herself. I'm like,
yeah,
what the fuck?
But you're saying that's not the same day as Never Have I Ever.
No.
I thought she brought the boys over to cheer her up because, all her friends had been bitches. Well, one of them.
Maybe it is.
I don't know.
So
either way,
they solidified.
Place.
Right. That's when we find out that the girl the whole time running was Abby. Right.
Which I knew that when we saw Abby going to the party to find Brad, she was wearing that outfit
at Cream Pies. Do you know the friend's party? His name was Cream Pie.
Oh my God, was it?
I was like, yes.
That
I
went
gotta
right
go to
over my
cream
head.
pies party. We're going to cream pies. I was like, what the fuck?
Didn't even catch that. I think I was at that point. I was like, "Oh my god, Paul, she's wearing it. Look, that's her. She's the dead woman."
But I know we missed a lot of stuff, right? Because as I'm sitting here thinking, because you're reminding me of stuff, is at this point, Brad and Abby have already had sex on the boat, and
Oh
And
yes.
Jill figured it out because she
Yep.
went there, right? And before going to the party, or hold on, back up. We're missing key plot points here.
Oh, okay.
So Abby, remember they had a scene where she was working at Whataburger, and
Whataburger.
Margot's stepsons and their mother come in, the first Mrs. Jed, or whatever the
Yes.
hell their name is, I can't remember. And remember, Brad is supposed to be not
The
tutoring,
twins.
training the twins
them.
in
Was it tennis?
basketball.
Oh, basketball, whatever.
And, Brad's told her this. He's been texting Margot, and that's his premise for texting her, is because he's training the boys. And he was supposed to be doing that day, but the boys are there getting burgers with Mama, and Abby asks Mama, "Oh, how's the boys doing in basketball since?" And she's like, "Bitch, they don't play basketball.
They never touched a basketball in their lives."
And she's like, "I fucking knew it." That's when the bells and whistles went off, and Abby, she figured out that Margot and Brad were fucking.
Yeah.
That's when it was. And she confronted him, and that's when the whole episode in the Jeep happened, where she took his phone. She was going to go through his phone, and they were fighting over it, and it flew out the window, and it broke, and then he sped off. And yep. And then later that night, that's when the party happened. Or the next day, one of the two, because he goes home, gets grounded. No, it's coming back. He goes home and gets grounded, right?
Yeah.
And then he gets a message from Margot on Signal on his MacBook. And that's the night that they snuck out. He snuck out with Jamie. They went over to Margot's. All of them had their hanky-panky. That same night, Star goes and buys Abby the boots, saying, "I'm not a poor mom. I'm not a poor mom. I bought you the boots," right? Finds that Abby's gone. We then find out that Abby got into the car with Pastor Pete to go to Cream Pie's party because Brad couldn't answer her because she smashed her phone, but Abby tried calling Brad anyways, but whatever. That's when the pastor's like, "Brad told me about you," and Abby's like, "What you mean?" And then she got all pissed, went to the party looking for him, right?
Yeah.
And that's when Jill goes up into Brad's room, sees Brad's not there because he's off hanky and pankying with Margot, but Jill don't know that. And then Jill calls up Abby because she thinks that Brad's obviously doing the hanky-panky with Abby, who's the trailer trash from the wrong side of the streets and can't be with her little Bradley. And that's when they go at it, and Abby basically, tells her, "Bitch, it ain't me. It ain't me.
Yeah.
I'm about to go confront the bitch it is, but it ain't me." And Jill, I don't think, picks up on that, and that's when they show her getting in her car, trying to get to Abby. She's like, "We gotta talk about this in person. You can't ruin my son's life. You blah, blah, blah." Right? So that's where they lead us to think, "Aw, shit's about to go down. Shit's about to go down." And that's when they show Abby running and, shot in the woods.
And that conversation she had with the pastor, that's when she found out that, because he accused her of having an abortion, didn't he?
Right.
So that's when she was like, because
Putting
I guess she said
two
she already
and two
knew
together.
it was him and Margot. Yeah, okay.
Right. And then did you catch the scene where they cut to Jill trying to find Abby as she's driving, and she passes the pastor, and the pastor's fucking jacking off in the car to Abby's Instagram?
No.
I told you, this shit's wild. He was a creepy pastor to begin with.
He
right?
was. I never thought he killed her.
But he was like, "Oh, I didn't either." But he's like, and he's got like her Instagram open, and I was like, "Oh my god,
No, how did I not see that?"
Yeah, fuck me.
Ugh.
But, and then that's when they find her body the next day.
Yeah, like it cuts.
As Sophie's going home in the Uber from partying all night, fucking Jamie and hooking up with Margot and all that shit. Right?
Oh, apparently her and Jamie never did fuck. Apparently.
I find that hard to believe, but okay.
I mean, that's what he says, and she doesn't remember. So, plus, she was too busy running through the woods, apparently.
And, that's when she goes home, has the 8 missed calls from Graham. Graham and their kid Jack are gone, and that's when she goes and looks for her gun and realizes it's fucking missing.
Oh my god! When she realized it was missing, I mean, maybe everybody did, but I instantly was like, oh, she was murdered with her gun.
And
like,
that's
this is
when
so going back to Sophie.
And that's when everything That's when Jed announces he's gonna be running for governor. And then that's when the church, which I thought this was hilarious, the church had that vigil for Abby, remember? And Jed used the vigil to announce his governor run. I was like, that is some shady fucking shit there. That is some talking about jumping on a fucking, I don't know, free publicity trying to, this poor girl's dead. You're trying to steal the spotlight. I was like, that's some fucked up crazy. And then that's when Abby gets arrested, right?
Sophie.
That's what I meant, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Was it there, or was she arrested later?
No, I think it was at that, because he had just announced it. It was the night he announced it that they take her away in handcuffs.
Right. Because they supposedly found her gun because it was related to another crime somewhere else.
Yeah, that part really confused me.
Right.
But it was an armed robbery, was it? Right. I was like... And I'm thinking,
the fuck?
You're arresting her because it was used in an armed robbery? Like, obviously, we're expecting it was used in the murder.
Right.
And then that came out later, and it's like, why didn't we just start there?
And then, well, there's a reason behind it.
Well, yeah.
How they tie it all together,
But I remember thinking, what the fuck does this have to do with it?
Did you... Right. And it just, like, it blew my mind that this girl got arrested. I'm like, what the fuck did she do? Like, I didn't think it was her, but I was like... because I couldn't remember. I was like, where would she have left her gun? Like, when... I don't remember her gun ever being anywhere.
I wasn't surprised she got arrested at all. As soon as her gun went missing, I was like, you're going down, bitch. And obviously, I immediately thought it was Jill because, Jill was looking for her last, and we didn't see what happened that night. Oh, and then when Jill starts talking to her son, Brad, who was out all night, her first thing is, well, you were here with me.
Oh, yeah.
We had whatever.
Muddy Buddies.
That's it, Muddy Buddies. And I thought, she's acting like this is his alibi, but really she's using him to cover her own ass.
I was like,
which I guess she was, but not for the reasons I thought. I was convinced it was that bitch. Yeah. Oh my god, the twists and turns in the show, it was just nuts.
Do you remember, this is completely not related to the plot line at all, but do you remember when Callie fucking pegged her husband too?
Oh, I forgot it. No, that is where I was getting to earlier. Like, I did not expect that at all. I was completely floored. She
pulled out that dong, I was like,
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously, it just cuts the scene. They're covered with their blankets, and he's obviously, facing away from her and making, those noises. So I thought, that's not what's happening. I'm seeing this wrong. It's gonna end up being something different, and then she just whips it out, doesn't she? And it's like, oh no, that's exactly what was going on. Oh my god,
this fucking power dyke, man.
I mean, apparently it's more common women doing that with their men than I ever thought it was.
I was talking to the girls at work, and I can't remember who it was, but someone said, "Oh, I think if a guy wants it up his ass, that means he's gay." I was like, "No, sweetie, no, it's not at all. The guy's G spot is in their ass. Like,
it's surprising how many people don't know that."
Right. I mean." It just
did they not watch, what was it, American Pie or something? Milking the prostate? Like that?
And I'm just like,
everybody knew it.
More guys like their booty hole touch than they're going to let you on. Like, it just, I hate to say it,
Yeah, but it doesn't mean they're into guys.
Right. That's why I said it. That's why I said in the group, I was like, To me, if you're gay, you have not only a sexual attraction to guys, but a romantic one too. Like, well, not guys, obviously the same sex, I should say. Like, that's where I feel like, I feel like I could, I don't know, I wouldn't. I've never had sex with a girl, so I can't use it myself. But like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's, in my opinion, that's the check boxes. The boxes you have to check. You have to be both sexually
I don't
and
know.
romantically.
I don't think there has to be a romantic aspect to it, but maybe that's just me. I think if you're sexually attracted to a gender, then
Then bisexual. Then
yeah,
you might be bisexual. I don't know.
Yeah,
but I don't think you liking it in the ass necessarily means you're gay.
No,
I think
it's crazy.
You
how
would
many
need
straight
to
guys
like it
feel
in the
that
ass to come. You would need to like it in the ass if it was being done by another man. I feel like to be qualified as gay. How's that?
Yeah, there are plenty of hetero relationships where they do that, and
Bing bong.
It has nothing to do with the other person's gender and everything to do with where things are located. But it's crazy how many like straight guys wouldn't even consider doing that or try it because it's gay.
Right.
But there are heteros out there having like amazing
time of their life.
They are.
But yeah,
and
when I saw that,
for them.
I was like, "What the fuck? This show's crazy. This show
but it is,
crazy.
Isn't it? Like, it's just unbelievable. I still feel like, I mean, it obviously probably was, but it was just made by Democrats, and they're like, how can we make the Republicans in Texas look the worst they possibly could look?
That's true. I didn't even think about that.
3 lesbians that are all housewives, and a sheriff that gets pegged by his lesbian wife, and murders and the drugs and
some of them are pedophiles.
Oh my god, yeah, I can't forget them.
Teenagers and but yeah, I was just like, what the fuck? When she got arrested, I was like, there's no way. And then when she got arrested and they brought out the trail cam, I was like, how do you explain this?
Like, wait a minute,
she
was in the woods?
Yeah.
So then I started thinking, did she do it?
Right.
And just doesn't remember.
But my thing is like, what would her motive be?
Well, that's
the thing that bothered me the whole time.
Or not, if you don't have a motive.
That was the thing that fucked with me, is like, what, in the grand scheme of things, what would Sophie's motive be to kill Abby? What? You know what I mean? And the murder weapon lined up with her, but like, she was on the trail cam. Did they really ever explain why she was on the trail cam? Was it because she was just high?
I think she was just high, and she just went running off into the woods. And then I think Margot went looking for her, and that's when she obviously found her, but she also came across Abby, and Abby was obviously looking for Margot so she could threaten her or whatever. I just
asked. It says, I was like, why was Sophie on the trail cam in our friend chat GPT? And it says, great question. This moment is one of the biggest tension builders. Sophie shows up on the trail cam footage because she argued with Abby in the woods shortly before Abby's death. Abby had confronted Sophie, accusing her of trying too hard to fit in with the hunting wives and hinting she knew about the adults' secrets. The camera, set up for hunting, caught part of this heated exchange, which investigators later used to cast suspicion on Sophie.
I mean, AI is not that reliable. That could have been something someone wrote on like a forum somewhere.
Well, I get that.
I don't remember any of those details. They didn't look like they were fighting.
I don't know. Because
I think she was just high off her face running around in the woods.
Probably. I mean, they did all that Xanax with drinking.
Yeah, and I feel like Margot went looking for her. That's how she ran into Abby, and that's who Abby was looking for anyway.
Right. And then Abby dies and everybody thinks it's Sophie. Sophie had, before she gets arrested, did you not think she had the fucking balls when she showed up at Star's house?
Oh my god, yeah.
That is...
Well, because everybody else thinks you did it, but you don't necessarily know what the mother of the victim is thinking. So I would never even risk showing up at her house.
I wouldn't have gone.
Could she not just shoot her? Is that not something they take pride in?
Absolutely, I would not have gone. But I was like, what the fuck? But then Star I don't think Star fully believed it was Sophie anyways, because
No, she already said she thought it was
Bradley.
Brad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From all the I mean, he looked like he was gonna beat Abby if they stayed together anyways. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
at
that
some
was
point,
not a healthy
he was,
relationship.
Right. I mean, you look at how his dad was towards Jill. The chicken was dry. I thought that shit was fucking classic.
Oh,
Basically,
God,
shut your mouth, leave our son alone. Oh, by the way, your chicken is dry. Like, and then
what a slap in the face.
walked away. I was like, damn. But that's when, I think Star, after talking to Sophie, that's when she went down. It had to be the Brad Jill rabbit hole, right?
Well, I think she already suspected it, and then
Right.
after seeing speaking to Sophie, I mean,
because
I think it
Sophie
just
did all,
solidified it.
all her fucking PI work on her own. And
oh my God.
then
When she comes back to Star
right.
and tells her that her daughter was not only sexually active but had an abortion, I mean, and she didn't even know for sure at that point. She just heard it was gossip.
Right.
So for her to say it so matter of fact, like, I'd have got pissed off with
But the
shit.
funny thing is Abby never had the abortion.
No, she didn't. Exactly.
It wasn't her. Right.
But for her to say
that's how
that
we
to
thought.
her,
That's how everyone. That's what we all thought at that point. Which also
it was an assumption.
Also, once Abby found out that the doctor was Margot's dad, I was like, "What the fuck? This show is crazy." So
Well, I thought
we
he
got,
was lying.
at this point, we all knew Margot was trailer trash. I know we didn't talk about that, but she obviously came up crazy, right? And she had her oatmeal
They
for
did what they
brains
had
mama, right? And then her badass brother. And, P.S., did you see his hoo-ha?
Oh my God, yeah. I was like, what?
I
And then
was
they,
like,
and then she mentions it later, and I was like, so what I saw was right, yeah. Because
Love it.
not only do you
Love
see it, but
Thanks,
it was like,
Netflix.
yeah.
But, not gonna lie, I thought there was gonna be some brother-sister love on that relationship at first when they first met.
I mean, as crazy
and I was
as
like,
the show was, I would not have been surprised.
But when you find out that the abortion doctor was their daddy,
father,
and then that he I mean, I guess we should just give the plot away at this point, right?
we already said. Oh, you know what? We did not say anything about spoilers at the beginning of this.
Oh, I did that on the promo. So
if they didn't watch the promo?
That sucks to suck, right? Spoiler alert! 1 hour and 17 minutes into it.
Maybe we should just add something at the beginning. But yeah,
but
I was going to give away the ending. I don't care.
But
talking about it,
we all think that Jill did it at this point, right? Or Brad, right? And
I never thought it was Brad.
I guess I didn't think so either, because at that point,
the way him and Jamie
Brad
talk to each
starts
other,
thinking it's his mom too. At one point, you remember that?
Yeah, but before that, he thought it was Jamie, and Jamie's like, "I think it's you."
Well,
So
yeah.
when they were having those conversations, I was like, it was neither of them.
But then he started thinking about his mama, and she got in the car with him, and that was fucking scary. That's what made me think it was Jill.
Yeah.
And then,
oh, really? It took you that long?
Yeah.
Oh, I immediately I was like, it's her.
And then that's when Sophie tells Star about, the abortion and all that shit. And that's when Star goes crazy and shows up with her shotgun at fucking the preacher's house. I was like, oh shit, what the hell's about to happen? And then that's when I think they're all at Coyote Joe's, or they're all at something, and all the hunting wives minus Jill.
Yeah,
remember,
talking about
sick.
Jill being weird ever since.
Right, and that's
we'll
when
go check on her.
Right, and you walk in, and fucking Star's dead on the floor.
I mean, did you expect that though? I knew obviously she was hiding something. Like, you can't go in the kitchen; it's dirty. The maid's off.
Right,
but never. And we knew that Star was going there as well, but it never occurred to me.
What I was expecting was like Star was going to be in the shadows holding a gun at her, like get them the fuck out of here, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, this is between you and I. Say what you gotta say to get these fuckers out. You know what I mean? That's what I thought. But when they pan into that kitchen, she's dead on the fucking floor. I was like, what the fuck happened? What the fuck happened? And then that's when everyone put the pieces together that it had to have been Jill, because why would you? You know what I mean? And Callie. Yeah. And then I was like, what the fuck?
Do you not think that was weird how quickly she took her out?
Mm-hmm.
So then I'm starting to wonder, what is Callie trying to hide? Like, was she about to say something about Callie or her husband?
No, I think she was just trying to save Margot,
that's how it turned out.
Her life.
Yeah, but at that point, we were like, that was really quick to be just shooting her. Like, what is she trying to stop her from saying?
What the fuck?
But I mean, I guess it's based on a book, and there's obviously going to be another season, so who knows? Maybe there is more to why she acted so quickly. But I thought But you're right. She was threatening her love.
Right.
So she was like, you gotta go.
Right. And then it all comes full circle, and Sophie puts all the fucking pieces together that it was fucking Margot the whole time.
I can't believe she figured that out.
Fucking time.
Because I didn't.
Oh no, it was fucking elaborate. You know?
Yeah, I was quite happy to believe it was Jill.
Abby found out, confronts Margot and her get into it, and she's like, shit, I can't let this Jezebel be saying something. So she grabs Sophie's gun from when they were over there, thinking it was her gun, allegedly, and ran after her, shot her, and then gave Sophie's gun to Kyle to get rid of the evidence. He fucks it up.
Yeah.
And gives it to somebody else who uses it in the robbery, and that's how it gets back to Sophie.
Isn't it crazy, though, that Sophie figured all of this out based on Margot saying she couldn't use tampons?
Right? Like, full circle from the first time they met.
Do you even... Okay, so you watched the first couple episodes again. Do you remember her saying that to her? Because if she did, I didn't even...
In the very first... When they meet in the bathroom, she asks Sophie, the first thing she says, do you have a pad? And she goes, no, I just have a tampon. And Margot's like, oh, I can't use those.
Okay, I was so fixated on her,
she puts it together. She puts it together later when she's at Margot's and she sees all the tampons.
Yeah. But to me, I wouldn't have, remembered that conversation.
Well, I don't know. If your fucking life's on the line. At this point, she's already been arrested, you know what I mean? And she was
just a snowball effect after that. She was like, she was lying. Oh, she Googled it in the car, didn't she? And then it says one of the reasons you might not be able to use tampons is because you just had an abortion.
She realized that the dad did the abortion, was covering up for both of his kids, and this, that, and the other. Didn't he call her
Mandy as well?
Yeah, because that's Margot's actual name.
So I thought, okay, that must be her real name because that's what he's calling her. But then when they did the flashback when they were kids... So was what was it?
Margot?
Was that Margot? Was that just a fake name she always used? Because when she steals that guy's truck, she says her name is Margot.
Probably. That's probably when she
that's why I was so
herself.
Confused. I was like,
but yeah.
She was Margot in the clip, so how is she now Mandy?
Right.
Okay.
So then, obviously, and then Margot, starts groveling to Sophie, please. I'm so sorry. Was I the only
one that felt bad for her?
I know.
Moment?
I honestly felt bad for Margot because I think she's always been a person that's been trying to survive the shittiest hands. Granted, some of these hands she's been dealt herself, right? I will 100% give that. But I do feel like she had a genuine connection with Sophie and felt horrible and didn't want to bring her into it. And that's why when I say she accidentally took Sophie's gun, I really think she took Sophie's gun on accident. I don't think she meant to bring Sophie into all this madness, and I think she generally had some feelings for her.
Yeah, well, I think Margot did say at one point, didn't she? She said, because she was like, why my gun? She says, well, it was just the closest one.
Right.
Yeah, so it's not like she was just as high and drunk as Sophie. Mm-hmm. I mean, a little bit more accustomed to it because she does it regularly. But I don't think she was making solid decisions in that evening.
Right.
Because I would be like, well, shouldn't have to kill her. And then she tells Jed everything in the end anyway. So it's like, okay, well, if you were that willing to expose
and he fucking left her ass.
Oh, I could not believe his reaction.
I was not expecting that. I was expecting okay, honey, we got this. I'm going to fix this.
Well, because his
But
campaign relies on her in a sense. He can't be a divorced running for. So I thought he was just going to be forced to make it work and cover
well, he
it up.
might.
He wasn't
You
going to
never
be
know.
happy. Well, yeah, I guess
We don't know
but
yet.
then when he kicks her out and she just kind of willingly goes, I'd be like, no. If that was me, even if I'm in the wrong, I'm not going.
Bullshit.
Anywhere. This is my house. I get mail here. Like,
you don't know that. She might have a prenup. I bet you they had a prenup that she would have been.
Yeah, but he would have had to prove it, wouldn't he? And then he'd have to admit to what happened. So I would not have left that house voluntarily. I'd have fought for it.
But I was just like, what the fuck?
But it was insane. I couldn't believe she was so honest with him. And then you think, well, then you really didn't need to kill her at all, did you? If you were willing to just bear all. But like I said, she's high, drunk. Don't think she was thinking properly.
No.
And then she tried to help Sophie by getting rid of the gun.
And the Pastor Pete angle, him turning out to be like a serial killer, the little subplot over there.
He didn't kill anybody though, did
yes,
he?
he did. He was
I thought
the
he
one.
Kidnapped them.
Oh, he didn't kill them yet. He was going to. Yeah, I forgot the whole Casey.
Well, she had been alive for like
Casey Anthony
over a year.
Really, but
well, yeah, but that's what
whatever the fuck her name was, I don't know.
But she was still alive,
right? And he killed. I'm not killed. He kidnapped the other bitch too.
Well, yeah, that was more recent, wasn't it? But as crazy as that was, I never thought he killed Abby, even when it came out.
Farrell thought Pastor Pete was the father of that one child. The other girl that was in the youth group. He goes, is that Pastor Pete's child? I was like, I don't fucking know. Wouldn't surprise me, though.
Oh.
You don't remember that one?
No.
We dig into it. Because she was the other one that he kidnapped. Remember he drugged her? It was it was Abby's friend. Yes, Abby's loose friend that had the baby. He drugged her at the fair, and he was about to leave.
I remember that and taking her, but I didn't know she had a child. I think when that all was exposed, it was probably during the youth group meeting. It was like the first that came out. Yeah, I didn't pay attention because I was bored as hell. I don't care about that shit.
Crazy.
Okay. So that girl already had a child.
Yeah.
And he was still interested in kidnapping her, even though he was, I guess having the child's not as bad as aborting it.
But yeah, it was some crazy pants.
It was. And that isn't even the worst part. That ending,
You're talking about when she runs over Kyle?
Yes. Yes, I am. At that point,
he was chasing her, was he not?
Yes, but she could have just drove away. She reversed her car far enough that he wasn't immediately in front of her. Why did she not just turn right and go around him? Or keep reversing, do a U-turn and go the opposite way?
Gotta tie up loose ends. I don't know.
No, I just thought that was horrible.
Probably because she probably feared for her life. It was either this guy dies now or he's going to keep coming after me.
I mean, I think that's
not a stretch.
I think it is a stretch.
And plus, she clearly already had experience hitting somebody with her car.
Well, that's what I thought. Like, you did it by accident once. Now you're doing it on purpose this time. I don't know if I believe you if the first time was an accident.
And then when Margot hears him rolling his body, or she answered the phone or something like that, I was like, this
you can
is
see
some
Margot's
crazy
face.
shit.
She knows it's Sophie.
And that's how they fucking end it.
I know, but that, I already felt bad for Margot. And then that happens, and I thought,
all their worlds fall apart.
Yeah.
Both of them. Graham's gone with the kid. Jed's done kicked out Margot.
Well, he let her come back, didn't he? And then she's pretty much like, I don't think I want this marriage anymore.
Callie and her man's getting that reality show. Do you remember that?
Oh my God, yeah.
They had Nancy Grace and everything on.
Wouldn't it?
And then Jill's dead.
Well, yeah, and
Abby's
it turns out
dead.
for
Star's
nothing.
Dead. Right.
Well, because Jill was really defending herself. Star came in there with a gun.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So she'd have gotten off.
It was just, that show's crazy. And then I looked it up. So it's based off a book, right?
Yeah.
It's only one book. It's not a series.
How long is that book?
And there's a difference. So apparently in the series, Margot's the killer, but in the book, it's really Jill.
Are you serious? How do you know this?
I looked it up.
You just Googled it?
That was like the difference, the main difference.
Oh my God, okay, just because we're doing spoilers of the show, you could have left that out. I was going to read the book.
Oh, well.
Oh my god! So they've taken some liberties with this. Well, they
Well,
always
they
do.
probably had to if they're going to make it a actual series. The way
Oh,
they,
to
you
keep
know what
it
I
going.
mean? Right.
Yeah, the book just wraps it all in a neat little bow, and that's the end.
Right.
Okay, fair enough.
But it was some good shit, man. Like,
I enjoyed it.
I remember every time, and I know there's a lot of the plot that we probably missed, skipped over, this, that, and the other, right?
Yeah.
Was
I'm
not
still certain, though,
never
have I ever was the day that the murder happened.
It's not.
Yes, it was.
It's not.
I'm gonna go back and rewatch that episode.
Okay, that's fine. And then you can text me and be like,
well, why don't you just ask your little
I'm
precious
so
chat
sorry,
GPT.
Friend. I'm so sorry. And I'm gonna be like,
even if I was wrong, I wouldn't apologize. So
I know.
Be real.
Trust me, I know.
Excuse me.
But I really hope there's gonna be a second season. But I don't know. I don't know if there's. I don't know. I mean, they leave it open for one. Really, not a lot.
There will be another one.
I guess if we have some filming crews running around Mooresville and Lake Norman, I guess we'll know, right? And then, it's really exciting watching it over. I highly suggest you do because you see shit that you didn't see the first time. At least,
that's the case with most things.
I've noticed a lot of shit that I didn't notice the first time, but it's definitely something that I was very, very hesitant at first because all the girls would just tell me it's crazy shit. It's crazy shit.
Well, it was like that's slow, boring.
That's all you could. But once it hits the first crazy, the fucking train has left the station. It's left the station. It's not coming back because you got fucking adults with the high schoolers. You got the pastor who's a serial killer, but whacking off to the little high schooler's Instagram. You got the mom who probably would love to bathe their child still because that's her baby boy. You got like all kinds of craziness shit in this goddamn series for everyone. I mean, it was crazy. And I think it's still like in the top shows on Netflix right now.
I'm not surprised.
No.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Oh, another little nugget. I know we're like way over hours. Probably gonna be the longest episode we ever did. We can wrap it up here shortly. But another little nugget as I was just like, while I watch these shows the first time around, I'm always like Googling questions about this, that, and the other, right? And one of them I found out that the actress that plays Margot has some sort of, I think it's dyslexia. Something to where when she's doing, so when they do shows and they get the script, they do table reads, right? All the cast and whatnot to like get into it before they actually go film. Well, apparently she has it so bad that she would get a script at the table reads and everything, but most of her lines are improv and she just goes with the flow of what things are because she has such, I don't want to say anxiety, but such a struggle with reading the script that a lot of Margot's, the actress, actually improvised a lot of the stuff. And I was like,
wow,
damn.
Okay. I didn't know that, obviously, but I'd seen her before because she was like in The Heartbreak Kid, wasn't she?
I don't know what the fuck that is.
Ben Stiller, where he's like married to this woman and then he goes on his honeymoon and then is that the same one? And then he comes across her and realizes that him and his like new wife have nothing in common, but he like, I might be mixing up movies, but he really enjoys her company and then they end up together. I don't know. That's the opposite. She was the new wife, I think.
I don't think I've ever seen her in anything before.
Oh God, I saw her in that, and then there was another movie she was in.
She's like Swedish or something, though. Danish.
She played a bit more of a serious role. I can't remember what it was, but she's been in a few things. And she's always great.
But yeah,
I'd never seen her as a brunette. So
I thought that was very interesting when I was like, oh wow, if she improvised a lot of that, that's
well, that makes. I think that's great. Like I think that makes it even more realistic because you're just kind of reacting to what's happening around you rather than trying to repeat a script
and remember how you need to react.
Yeah, you can always tell when, not always, but you can usually tell when somebody's like trying to recite or what they've rehearsed. Like politicians reading their not reading but giving their speeches. It's like, okay, yeah.
Oh well, yeah, you can tell that you can definitely tell the difference when Trump is on prompter and when he's freestyling.
I mean, his freestyles are all the same. I am the greatest. I am the best. Everybody says so. Didn't you hear?
I mean, can't argue
Yeah.
with facts.
Yeah, okay.
The alternative brand.
I think if you're vague enough, everything's fact, right?
All right, friend.
Yeah.
Well, this was a hodgepodge of hunting wives.
Oh, I enjoyed it though.
Maybe next time when we review something, we can get our shit a little more structured. Or
no.
if we review a series, maybe we shouldn't just do a whole season at once. Do it in chunks.
Well, yeah, like the old days where you got one episode a week. Maybe we should just discuss a couple episodes at a time. And then when we get to the end, it'll be like, oh my God.
Growth. Our podcast
Something like
is blooming in front of our eyes. All
That
right.
would actually be a fun experience, though. So whichever one we're going to watch next, we should do that. We'll watch a couple episodes and then talk about
We'll
it.
figure something out.
Yeah. But, alrighty.
It's been real and it's been fun.
It has. And I'm going to go find out that I was right about that episode, and I will text you to let you know straight away.
And if you were right, don't be surprised if my phone goes on Do Not Disturb for the rest of the night.
Well, it is about your bedtime, so I'm not surprised.
With that, fuck off. Love you. Bye.
All right, bye.